Good afternoon, Twitch. Back again. Continuing on from yesterday. Let's get a screen up, shall we? Screen's usually good. Non-gaming screen, that's the non-gaming screen. Right, so yeah, continuing on from yesterday with our character creation. So to recap, yesterday we used the... what was it site? The Who the Fuck Is My D&D Character website. And got our first 5 little one-liner descriptions of who the character is. And there we're going to use the array stats, which we have already started. They're party 1. So we've got already, here he is, Maynard, the half-elf fighter. He's all done. And we've got Gurmagak, the half-orc paladin. And then we've still got to do the other 3 out of that party. Oh, wrong screen. I want to go this one. And we've also got the other 5 characters, which are... There's an extra space in there. I just realised that's going to bug me. Let's just quickly shovel these guys over, shall we? There we go, much tidier. Yeah, and then the other 5, which we actually rolled the stats for, and then decided the characterization class after that. So we've got those guys to do as well. So it's another, was it 3-hour stream? No, 5-hour stream today. 4-hour stream, I can count. All good. Yes. So we're going to get in, we might as well just jump straight into it. We need to scroll down. Actually, I didn't get my tab open for the name generator. That's miscellaneous. I would like my, well, not my, but the name generation page that I use, which is this one, the Dungeons and Dragons, or rather the fantasynamegenerators.com, which as I said yesterday, it's a brilliant website for names. Brilliant. So we need a name for another half-elf. So a half-elf sorcerer, so a passive-aggressive half-elf sorcerer from the gutter who is searching for the knowledge of true immortality. So, this one, when playing, could be interesting. It may be that we're going to have this character be like a snitch or a double agent, or they could just be how would you say it? They may want true immortality, but it might not be at any cost, so they might not go to the other side. But we'll find that out. Let's decrease the size of that. Got to bring the stats over here for a moment, just so they're less in the way of where I put all this. Copy, paste. Cool. Right. There we go. There we go. So half-orc paladin, Oath Redemption. No, that's none of that is accurate for this character. Right. So first things first, a name. Who do we call this character? What do we call this character? What gender is this character? We don't know. We haven't decided yet. So I'll grab whichever dice. I said whichever. I didn't want to. Let's screw that. Okay, apparently I rolled that dice, but I hadn't decided whether it's going to be odds or evens yet, so I'll put that one away. That's okay. So let's say odds male, evens female. Rolling a dice, I get a 4, so this is going to be a female character. I think this is the first female character of the party. So we'd like to choose a passive-aggressive half-elf name. Where are the half-elves? Right there. As per usual, I'll roll several times. Well, I'll click the button several times. And then I need to get my D12 out. Is it 12? Or is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? No, it's only 10. Never mind, I thought it was 12 for some reason. That's okay, get my D10 out. So, click this button a few times. And then... name number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fate of. Or would that be Fardove? I'd say it's probably Fardove. Right, so this character's name is Fardove. They are a half elf. They are a sorcerer. And now we've got to choose. Actually, no, let's get our stats in first. Oh, no. No, let's choose what kind of sorcerer are we. Sorcerer options. If I go to... I haven't opened that up. I'm super prepared today. Let's see. Character... My character... Random character thing. Here we go. Races and classes. This is what I'm looking for. So, sorcerer options. Now, as I said yesterday, it is a homebrew game, so we do allow homebrew options. But I am refining my options for these particular characters because homebrew just opens it up a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much. Let's zoom in a smidge. Right, so sorcerer options. We could have Draconic Bloodline, Wild Magic, Stormy Sorcery, a Divine Soul, or a Shadow Magic. So, True Immortality by any means? That does seem like Shadow Magic. They've grown it from the gutter. Fadov grew up from the gutter. She is passive-aggressive, I think it was. Yeah, passive-aggressive. From the gutter. And it would search for the knowledge of true immortality. So what would really work with true immortality? So, to define the world a little bit more at the moment. Excuse me. With the Calamity, Divine and Arcane Magic has taken a serious hit. So there's no real point going for proper Divine or proper Arcane. So Wild Magic and Divine Magic would probably rule out. Natural Magic is still a thing, so that does sort of leave Stormy, and Draconic Magic is still a thing, so that's a possibility. But given the circumstances, Shadow Magic would suit quite well, because the Calamity being the first part of the campaign, the party was tasked with stopping a drow sorcerer turning the world into, or putting the world into darkness. They unfortunately failed at doing that, but not only did they fail at doing that, one of the party members who had the Book of Vile Darkness had turned evil, had split from the actual party by the end, and made that even worse, and put a Hell focus in there, because he was, he teamed up with one of the main demon guy, who is, I should know his name off the top of my head, but I've forgotten. But yeah, Chiton, that's the one, Chiton. Or Kisarandus, if you want his actual demonic name. But don't tell him I said you told you that won't end well. But yeah. And so yeah, the world is currently in a world of darkness with black fire. So, Shadow Magic could work really well with that. So let's bring up Zenithar. As usual, I keep the books over my side. I have the PDFs for ease here, as opposed to having all the books piled up on my desk. For that reason, I'm just keeping it off screen, just for possible legal reasons, and so on and so forth. Let's see. Sorcerer Shadow Magic is on page 50 in Zenith's Guide. So let's pop over there. Actually, I can put my dice away. I don't currently need that, or do I? Not really. I can get it again if I need it. That's fine. Pop you in there. Boop. Right, so here we go. Sorceress, Origin, Divine, Shadow. Shadow magic reads, creature of shadow. We're a creature of shadow, for your innate magic comes from the Shadowfell itself. Working. You might trace your lineage to an entity from that place, or perhaps you were exposed to its fell energy and transformed by it. Working still. The power of shadow magic casts a strange pale. Sorry, I need to zoom in. I should have zoomed in already. Let's try this again. That's a bit better. The power of shadow magic casts a strange pale over your a strange pale over your physical presence. That doesn't read right. Anyway. Maybe veil? All good. So cast a strange pale over your physical presence. The spark of life that sustains you is muffled, as if it struggles to remain viable against the dark energy that imbues your soul. At your option, you can pick from or roll the Shadow Sorcerer quirks table to create a quirk for your character, and there's a quirks table of 6 there. Right, so look at that in a moment. For the actual features that Shadow Magic grants, you get Eyes of the Dark, Strength of the Grave, a boost for Eyes of the Dark, Hound of Ill Omen, and that's at 6th level. The next levels are 14 and 18. Since this character is only going to be 10th level, I don't need to worry about anything other than that. Let's go ahead and just roll the quirk. Just to... Do we really need to... Because the quirk options are... You're always icy cold to the touch when you're asleep. No, that's more for a player character. No point continuing on with that. That's fine. So, back over here. We're going to go a sorcerer with shadow magic. Let's see. Yes, and we'll need some kind of background. Is there an urchin background? I think there was something along those lines. Background in the player's handbook of page 125. Yes, I could use other backgrounds, but I forget what books they're from, so I'm not going to bother with them. So, backgrounds. Acolyte, no. Charlatan, not really. Criminal, going too far. Entertainer, no. Folk hero, no. Guild artisan, no. Hermit, maybe a hermit. Wouldn't really say hermit. Wouldn't be a noble. Possible an outlander. Maybe a sage. Not really going sage. Sailor. Solar. Urchin. There we go. Grew up in the streets alone. Yada yada yada. Yeah, so it's an urchin. Gains proficiency in sleight of hand and stealth. Yeah, this is fine. So we'll call him. And her. We'll call her. Call Fado. An urchin. Right. Easy. Right, okay, so now to get our stats into place. I'm going to need the page for Sorcerer, which is page 99 in the player's handbook. So Charisma should be a high ability score, followed by Constitution. The quick build tells you to choose Hermit, but I've already chose background, so that's fine. So Charisma, then Constitution. So Charisma is going to be a 15. Constitution will be 14. Don't really need don't really need Strength. We'll probably still want a high Wisdom, so we'll give that 13. Actually, no, I'll give 13 to Intelligence, because that'll boost the Arcana scores. 12 can be Wisdom. And then we'll go 10 and 8. Easy. Now, it might have paid to have a high dexterity if we wanted to have the option of physical abilities, but we're going to go purely for shadow. Now, where is Xanathar, wasn't it, for the shadow? Yes, so that's just... Okay, so we're still going to have to pick out spells. That's the part that really slows you down when you're making a magic caster. Are there any recommendeds? No. That's a bit of a shame. Oh well, that's fine. If I go back over to the Player's Handbook, we'll just continue on as normal. I need to get the half-elf stats in. I can delete that now. Proficiencies, I'm not worried about that. Languages are there, that's good. Delete proficiencies off there. Sorry, I didn't quite finish tidying this up, did I? Ambitious shooting rogue. No, I haven't done the rogue yet. Get rid of that, and those. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Right, okay, back up here. So, Fado. We need to get the half-elf bonuses, so we'll go back to the half-elf page of the Player's Handbook, which is page 38. 38. So, half-elf gains a charisma bonus of 2. That is really good, straight off the bat. 17. That is really good for the charisma. And 2 other ability scores of your choice increase by 1. So, we may as well... Oh, no, didn't mean to do that. Give intelligence up to a 14. And 1 point isn't going to do a huge lot. But let's just whack that into wisdom, because when it's going to an uneven number, it doesn't actually change the modifier. So for every even number, it goes up by 1 point. Right, alignment, so on and so forth. Size, speed, you have dark vision, so we'll better tap that back in there. That'll be up to 60 feet. Yes, 60 feet of dark vision. Fey Ancestry. Now we already have a half-elf up here, so let's go ahead. Skill versatility, gain proficiency in 2 skills of your choice. I've got to add that in as well. Let's grab Fey Ancestry. Save typing out a second time. And then we'll grab the skill versatility to gain proficiency in 2 skills. So I'll remember that for in a moment. Let's go back to... Oh, actually, I need to get the skills from the Urchin as well. No, Sleight of Hand and Stealth, so I already know that. So Sleight of Hand and Stealth. So we'll probably also increase... actually, what do you automatically get? You get a choice of Arcana, Deception, Insight, Intimidation, Persuasion, and Religion. So Arcana is going to be a given. Where is our bonus point? That is H47 today. H47. Let's add that in there. Plus H47. 47. There we go. No, that's an equal sign. That is an equal sign. Copy that. Cool. So we'll add into Sleight of Hand and Stealth. Let's see. Now I've got... Oh, that was Acrobatics. That's not what I want to add in there. I want to add that to Arcana. There we go. Right, so Arcana is going to be a given. Now they're going to be passive-aggressive. So let's go ahead and add that to Intimidation. Insight would be also useful. Oh wait, no, that's from those 2. So it doesn't really matter where I go from here. So Insight, we'll add that. Let's see, deception. Actually, deception would be really good as well. So that's our 2 extra abilities. Right. Now, do I have any other bonuses? Doesn't look like it. Let's go ahead and add our modifiers in. Let's bring this over here today. So, score of 8. That's a -1. 10 is a 0, 14 is a 2, 13 is a 1, and 17 is a 3. There we go. Now, your spell stuff, your spell... Oh, don't use that to scroll. Every time I touch the scroll bar, I go flying. There goes Sorcerer. So, let's confirm this. So the spell save DC is 8, plus proficiency modifier, which is H47, correct. Plus your charisma modifier, which in this case is E52, still correct. Okay, so it just seems oddly low for 10th level. Oh, you're a paladin. No, you're supposed to have it. That's fine. You're a fighter. You don't need it. That's also fine. Oh, actually, I never gave Maynor his other language. Actually, I should really type in here what gender they are. Pop it in here. Male. Male half-elf. Male half-orc. Female half-elf. There we go. That's got it. You know what? I'm just going to adjust this a little bit more. Fighter. Arcane Archer. There we go. Soldier. Just want to get that extra gap in there, just in case things get a little bit longer. There we go. And that still fits there, that's fine. Sorcerer. There we go. Nice. Right, okay. Let's scroll back over again. So, we've got our stats in there. Health, that's going to be the other thing. So let's go back up to the actual progression of making this character. It's a D6, not a D10, so I really need to stop pushing buttons before I click over screens. So, you are a D6. Oh, don't. Oh, have I? I've hit the insert button, haven't I? That's better. Bloody insert button. Who uses the insert button anyway? Right, so I require to adjust. Oh, no, not that one. This formula. I gotta type that up here, otherwise I'll start going whack when I push the side keys. So I require my D6s. I'll use. How many have I got? I've got 5. Helps if I don't drop the rest. Right, so initial score. So as per usual, the base health is max, so it's going to be in this case 6 plus Constitution modifier, and every other is going to be a roll. So I need 9 rolls. First 5, 1, 6, 5, 5, 2. With the average is 4, I'm already going above average. So 2, 5, 5, 6, 6, 1. Then 3 more. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, am I missing a roll on these? Let's find out. Sorry, 5, 4, and 1. Let's see. 5, 4, and 1. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that's 10. 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I actually miss one? 2, 5, 5, 6, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah. One of these. Yeah, you can stay with that. It's fine. It's fine. Right. So let's see. Constitution modifiers. 2. Armor class. Yes. So what I never did. Actually, I never finished equipment. I got studded armor there, and that's also carried over down here, and that's not what I want. That is not what I want. So let's have a brief interlude over to equipment. So we need to grab some armor for Grumagok. Grumagar will be wearing. Do we just want to go straight up breastplate? What is your dexterity? Modifier 1. Yeah. Because we don't want to imply any kind of disadvantage. So dexterity. Yeah, breastplate is going to be 14 plus dex mod maxed 2. So we might as well just give him a breastplate. I did it again. 145. There we go. So that's a 14 plus dex mod, which brings his total up to 15. We'll type in there is a breastplate. Is that correct? Breastplate? One word. Breastplate is one word. Right, he's wearing breastplate. For weapon of choice, I need somewhere to put weapon. Let's move that over there and type in here weapon, which we would like to have centered, bolded, and underlined. Keep the consistency. Let's see, what kind of weapon would a friendly half-orc paladin from a haberdashery that has serious body image problems be wielding? What would they wield? That is a question. So they're going to be. Now they're a tank-based fighter. And 15 for that armor class isn't really much. Really isn't. Really isn't. I would like to increase his armor class. I really would. Maybe I do want to just go ahead and whack on some heavy armor. That'll, if I go for a full plate, that's 18. Because he's got the strength for it. That's going to imply disadvantage. I could give him a shield, which is going to be also a +2 as well. Let's just go ahead and max him out. Let's max him out. He's a redemption paladin. He's going to be getting in the way of all this damage. Let's go ahead and just max out his defenses. So that's just going to be straight up 18, because he's going to be now wearing a just straight up plate armor. And I was going to also give him a shield, plate plus shield, which there adds a, I have to do this as a formula, equals 18 plus 2, which gives him a maximum now of 20. Yes, that is not shy at all. Cool. Weapon of choice. It's going to be a single-handed sword. Let's see. Something... Oh, it doesn't necessarily have to be a sword, but single-handed. It can't be a heavy weapon. I could go a Warhammer. It does allow versatility, which is a D8 normally. Two-handed is D10 naturally. Could go a War Pick. It's not versatile though. There's Trident, but I don't see him as being a Trident. Let's see what works. What works? Maybe a Morning Star. Pike is unfortunately classified as heavy, so it does need a two-hand. There is the Maul. That's also heavy. Damn. There's Lance. That's not heavy. Lance has reach and special. Reach being... where is reach? Where's the reach? Oh no, where's the... Tell me, where is it? Oh, go to Lance. You have disadvantage when you use the lance to attack a target within 5 feet of you. No, we can't have that. We can't have that. No, we can't go ahead and have that, can we? He wants to make the most of things, so lance will not work. I could just go ahead and use a longsword. That is a D8 versatile weapon. That does suit a paladin. So what's the most damage we can get out of him? Without going two-handed, D8, a D8 with versatile weapon is the most we're going to go. So we may as well... I'm trying to think, what would work as in the haberdashery as well? If I can gimmick it up a little bit. No, let's just make it a longsword. His weapon is a longsword. Longsword. Easy. Right. Sorted. Let's put that coffee over there. Right, so, Good McGurk is now plate, sword and board. Cool. Alright, now I don't have a weapon for... let's move that open. I also need another language for Maynard as well. Let's go ahead, because you are an inconsiderate half-elf fighter from Bustling City, so... Prince of the Failing Alchemist... Who was this alchemist? Another elf? Could be a human? Dwarf, maybe. Could be a gnome. Maybe dwarvish? Could just go give him dwarven. Could. Because what is he's the arcane fighter. Yes. It is hard picking a language, trying to base it off a background with such a short bit of information. Because he already has Elvish. Like, Elvish would have been the pick that I would have gone for. But it's already an elf. So maybe Dwarven. Yeah, let's just go ahead and give Dwarven. Let's not dwell on this. Dwarven. Helps if I also spell and push the right buttons. Dwarven. Cool. Right. And your weapon of choice... your weapon of choice. So you were... Oh, that's right. It was a longbow. A longbow. Easy. Let's enter that. Yes, that was already decided. Because you are an arcane archer, why would you give you a sword? Right. And let's shove this one over here. You are... You're the sorcerer, so I've got to add your spells in. And I've got to add... You don't really have a weapon because you use spells. There. Do I want to mix that up? Because... Yeah, actually, spells are going to go over this side because they can get quite long. I'm going to make sure they're lined up on the left so they can extend out that way. Yes, that's what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. This makes sense to me. This makes sense indeed. So let's copy that. Paste. Here we go. Paste. Much better. Much better. Simples. So Grimagut's done. Fader. We're still working on Fader. You are a sorcerer. You're probably only going to have some light armor. If armored at all, that is a question. Can you wear? What armors do you have access to? No, you do not have proficiency to any armor. So your stats are a flat out 10 plus dex. Wow. Squishy half elf. That's what happens. None. Let's go none. Centered, please. Centered, please. Thank you. Cool. Right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Did I ever do your proficiency bonuses? I did. That's good. Sorry, the save bonuses. Now, Fate of. As a sorcerer, you have saving throw bonuses to Constitution and Charisma. And that was the... Had I copied that still? Let's find out. Constitution, paste. Nope, nope. Here. Copy. Constitution, paste. Charisma, paste. Easy. Now I can never remember the backgrounds. I don't think they add save bonuses, but I will double check. Backgrounds, let's go page 142. Scroll up. There we go. Urchin. Skill, tool, and equipment. No. That's fine. We don't need to worry about equipment and so on and so forth. It's just them skills. Them skills. Oh, good. Right, back to the sorcerer. So what other bonuses do we need to worry about? We've got the skill bonuses there. We've got the saving throws now. Tool bonuses. Weapons. Yeah, all good. Right, okay, so languages. Your languages come from class. Not class, race. So we'd have common and elvish and something else. Common, elvish, and in your case, draconic. Because that's where... Oh, no, we wouldn't go draconic. We would go fiend. I need to find out what page the languages are listed on. So index 313. Languages are on page something or rather. Lang 17 or 123? 17? Nope, 123. Here they are. So, for this particular character, you would know maybe Abysmal, which does come and cover demons. Or there is Infernal to cover devils. So that's going to be the question. Demons or devils? What would you want to learn? You would think if you're trying to find out... Actually, no, that is going to be a harder one. That is going to be a harder one, because given the setting, like, demons rule, but devils are now currently acting as a subordinate style thing. Let's just go Abyssal. Let's just go Abyssal. No reason not to. That's fine. It may not ever come up. Right. Weapons not applicable currently. Now spells. Good old spells. Actually, before I do continue on, I've got to cut that down to there. All good. I also need to get all your features in place, so let's get back 100. Let's do spells last. Spells always take a little bit anyway. So naturally, you do have spellcasting. That is a given. Yada yada. Sorcerer's Origin, which is going to be out. Pulling hairs. Good old headphones. Yeah, Sorcerer's Origin is the Shadow Magic. Font of Magic. You tap into a deep well of magic within yourself, yada yada yada. That accesses sorcery points, flexible casting. Yawn. Which isn't really something that needs to be covered for this particular character. It does not need to be covered. I don't even need to know spell slots. I just need to know spell level. So the next thing to look at is meta magic, which is you get the ability to twist your spells to suit your needs, so on and so forth. You get gain 2 extra things. You got careful spell, distant spell, empowered spell, extended spell, heightened spell, quicken spell, subtle spell, and twin spell. I will give so you gain 3 of these for a 10th level character. I will actually take note of this for meta magic. So careful spell being that when you cast a spell that forces other creatures to make a saving throw, you can protect some of those creatures from the spell's full force. So in case you're doing like an AoE and you want to protect your party members, you can choose to do that. Well, not so much protect as in to not damage as much. Distant spell, which when you cast a spell that has a range of 5 feet or greater, you can spend 1 sorcery point to double the range of the spell. Very useful. Empowered spell, when you roll damage for a spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll a number of damage dice up to your charisma modifier, a minimum of 1. You must use the new rolls. Useful. Extended spell is when you cast a spell that has a duration of 1 minute or longer. You can spend 1 sorcery point to double its duration to a maximum duration of 24 hours. Also useful, heightened spells when you cast a spell that forces a creature to make a saving throw that resists its effects. To resist its effects, you can spend 3 sorcery points to give the target of the spell advantage. Quicken spell. When you cast a spell that a casting time of 1 action, you can spend 2 sorcery points to spend it to cast it as a bonus action. Quicken spell would be very useful. Subtle spell. When you cast a spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to cast it without the somatic or verbal components. Ah, yes. Subtle spell would very much suit Shadow Magic. Twin spell. When you cast a spell that targets only 1 creature that doesn't have a range of self, you can spend a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level to target a second creature in range with the same spell. Useful. Okay, so definitely going subtle spell. Oh, let's actually get over here. Subtle. Subtle. Let's see. Do we want to do careful? No, we don't want to do careful. We want to do distant. Let's actually do this in order. Distant. Distant, subtle, and what? Extended, heightened, quickened. Yeah, quickened. We'll do quickened. Heightened, quickened, and no, distant, quickened, and subtle meta magic. Metet magic. I don't believe I need that other T there, and it's only one word as well. So let's do that. Now, excuse me, just 1 second while I turn on the heater because I realized I didn't turn it before I started, and it's getting cold. Where is that remote? There it is. That's better. Much better. Right. How are we looking on the screen there? Not too shabby, not too shabby at all. So, let's continue on. Let's continue on, if I can get that to load. Okay, so, after Meta Magic, we have the ability and score improvements, which is going to gain 2 ability scores, 2 improvements. So that's 4 points we have available to spend. I should have done that before I actually added the modifiers in, but I forgot. That's okay. So we have 4 points to spend. I could go ahead and whack that all into Charisma, give him a maxed out Charisma, and then have 1 extra point to put into Wisdom, which would make sense. Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to give you a 20. That's going to give you, is that a 5, I believe? Yes, that is a 5. Nice, leaving 1 point on here, which is 14, which will bring that up to 2. Nice. So that does pretty good for things and stuff. Let's bring up this again. So, ability score improvement done. Sorceress Restoration. That is a 20th level ability, so we ignore that because we're only going up to 10th. Everything else is going to come from the origin, which now I need to have to skim over to Xanathar, wasn't it? Was it Xanathar? I think it was Xanathar. It was Xanathar. So, Eyes of the Dark. First and third level. So, starting at first level, you have Dark Vision with a range of 120 feet. When you reach third level in this class, you learn the Darkness spell, which doesn't count against your number of sorceress spells known. In addition, you can cast it by spending 2 sorcery points or by expending a spell slot. Useful. When you cast it with sorcery points, you can see through the darkness created by the spell. Very nice. So, Dark Vision will increases to 120 feet. 120 feet, easily. And you also have the Darkness spell. That's 1 less to choose. Nice. We also gain Strength of the Grave. Let's zoom in a smidge. And let's scroll. There we go. Starting at first level, your existence in a twilight state between life and death makes you difficult to defeat. When damage reduces you to 0 hit points, you can make a Charisma saving throw, DC 5 plus the damage taken. On its success, you instead drop to 1 hit point. You can't use this feature if you drop to 0 hit points by radiant damage or by a critical strike. Or critical hit, as it says. Words. After saving throw succeeds, you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. That's actually nice wording. Like, if you use it and don't succeed, so if you fail that save, you can still use that option again, given the chance, before a rest. Nice. So, Strength of the Grave. Why is that a long one? Strength of the Grave. Which would be char save to only be at 1 HP. That's fine. I can always look it up if need be. Now we also get the Hound of Ill Omen. That sounds like more of an ability as opposed to a feature. At 6th level, gain the ability to call forth a howling creature of darkness to harass your foes. As a bonus action, you can spend 3 sorcery points to magically summon a Hound of Ill Omen to target one creature you can see within 120 feet of you. The Hound uses the Direwolf statistics, see the monster manual, or Appendix C of the player's handbook, with the following changes. The Hound is size medium, not large, and it counts as a monstrosity, not a beast. It appears with a number of temporary hit points equal to half your sorcerer level. You can move through... it can move through other creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain. The Hound takes 5 force damage if it ends its turn inside an object. At the start of its turn, the Hound automatically knows its target's location. If the target was hidden, it is no longer hidden from the Hound. That is very useful. The Hound appears in an unoccupied space of your choice within 30 feet of the target. You roll initiative for the Hound. On its turn, it can move only towards its target by the most direct route, and it can use its action only to attack its target. The Hound can make opportunity attacks, but only against the target. Additional yada yada yada. Right. I'll just write down Hound of Ill Omen and say summon Shadow Hound. Hound of... No. Click. Hound of Ill Omen. Summon Shadow Hound to attack target. That's fine. What else do we get? I don't think we get anything else. Nope. Yeah. Don't get another ability till 14th level, so that's fine. Not many features, but spells. That's what's going to slow us down right now. Spells are always the slow part. 220. Too far. Too far indeed. Right. I never actually looked at what options we have here. So at 10th level, we can have up to a 5th level spell. So it's a total of 11 spells and 6 cantrips. So many. Right, okay. Right. So let's just do a quick little note in here, so because I would like to pick these in order to, as if like I was actually playing the character as is. Let's just quickly put these dice away because I don't need them right now. Though I might want to roll for the spells, maybe. No, I'll just pick straight from the list. It's fine. Right. Okay. So cantrips are easy enough. I can just pick those as is. They're all standard. It's the actual spells which are going to be the thing. So let's type in here 6 cantrips. First level spells. Let's see, spells known. Total of 11 spells. Right, so 6 cantrips I don't count towards anything. So spells known. We need 2 first level. 2 first. Then no 3. Actually, first, second, third, first, second, third, fourth, and why are you like that? 4th and 5th. Right. Put that there, and let's better. Right, so first level spells got 1, 2, 3. We use 3 of those. Then we've got. Oh, I know there's slots. There's slots. Oh no, got to be careful here. Don't want to mix this up. So 3. So I can get one second level spell there. That'll be 2 second level spells. Then I gain 1, 2, 4th level. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8, 9. So 2. And then 5th would also be 2. I would say that should math together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Easy. So, let's pick out some spells, shall we? That one doesn't count towards anything because that was a special bonus ability. 190. No, too far back. I got it right one day. Scroll. Sorcerer spells. Here we go. So first things first, zoom in. Now I'm not going to bother looking up the details in the spells. I remember most of the details off the top of my head these days. So let's pick out our 6 cantrips. Right, let's... This is going to be a little bit more in depth, isn't it? Maybe, not so much, who knows. That's a bonus. Spells... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn, it goes off the page. Whatevs. Anywho, let's just do it this way. So cantrip number 1. So we've got options of Acid Splash, Blade Ward, Chill Touch, Dancing Lights, Firebolt, Friends, Light, Mage Hand, Mending, Message, Minor Illusion, Poison Spray, Prestidigitation, Ray of Frost, Shocking Grasp, and True Strike. So, given the background that we've got, the kind of build that we're generally going for, we will definitely want to grab Chill Touch. Close range magic is always good. We'll might as well grab Firebolt, because Firebolt is a good one to have. Light for sure. If I can just hit the right buttons. Light. Let's see. Minor Illusion. That would make sense. Prestidigitation, sure. Why not have Prestidigitation? Prestidigitation. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Shocking Grasp or Poison Spray? Or Message, Mending maybe? Or Friends? I feel like Friends would work with a passive aggressive. Let's grab Friends. Friends. Easy. So there are cantrips. Now, I don't know what level Darkness falls into things. Darkness is a 2nd level spell, so I will put that into that spot. Let's see, cantrips. Cantrips, thank you. And let's not bold that though, but I will do that. Middle? Nah, it's fine. Let's go. Now, first level, we got 3 of those. Let's move this side. First, underline, 1, 2, 3. Second, underline, 1, 2, and then 3. So that one will just pop in there. Third, oh, capital T, thank you. Third? Oh my god, really? Third, thanks. 1, 2, 4th. 1, 2, and then we'll go 5th. Easy, right. First level spells, we have 3 to choose. So, now does this list divide? Okay, so first level spells, we have options of Burning Hands, Charm Person, Chromatic Orb, Color Spray, Comprehend Language, Detect Magic, Disguise Self, Expeditious Retreat, False Life, Featherfall, Fog Cloud, Jump, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Ray of Sickness, Shield, Silent Image, Sleep, Thunderwave, and Witch Bolt. Right, so again, going for the particular build that we have, they passive-aggressive Shadow Sorcerer who lived in the gutters, and so on and so forth, is an urchin. So, we would like to go... Now, we need to think of the balance, because we definitely need attacking spells, but we also need utility spells. Disguise Self would be something I'd grab straight off the bat. Burning Hands is really good, but I don't... There's one more of the staple spells, same with like Mage Armor and Magic Missile. We wanted to choose something that suits a little bit better, so I might go Chromatic. Chromatic Orb. As well as the other ones, Thunderwave, Sleep, and Witch Bolt. Witch Bolt! Yeah, we'll do a Witch Bolt. So we're thinking... so we've got Witch Bolt and Disguise Self. That leaves one more. Might as well grab Shield. Shield is always good as a bonus action spell. So, Disguise Self. Oh, you're not aligning properly, are you? Let's just highlight that square, whack them all over the side. Thank you very much. Let's see. Disguise Self. What did I say? Shield. Why are you bolded? Whatevs. Shield. Fix that. Thank you. And Witch Bolt. Right. Second level spell. We need 2 of those, which we have available. If I can just get them all to fit on my screen. Zoom out a smidge. That's better. So, we have Older Self, Blindness, Deafness, Blur, Cloud of Daggers, Crown of Madness, Darkness, which we already have, so we can knock that one. Dark Vision, we don't need to worry about, because we get that as a bonus for the Shadow Magic background. Detect Thoughts, Enhance Ability, Enlarge Reduce, Gust of Wind, Hold Person, Invisibility, Knock, Levitate, Mirror Image, Misty Step, Phantasmal Force, Scorching Ray, See Invisibility, Shatter, Spider Climb, Suggestion, and Web. Again, Suggestion, that's going to be one that jumps straight out at me. Just suits this character. So we'll keep that in mind. Maybe Phantasmal Force. That might be something that would suit this character. Yep, let's grab those 2. Phantasmal Force. Oh, helps if I click over here again. Phantasmal. If I could just... Here we go. Force. And what was the other one? Suggestion. Cool. Alright, that's the second level. Easily done. Now we need 2 from third. Let's see. What have we got out of third? So, we have Blink, Clairvoyance, Counterspell, Daylight, Dispel Magic, Fear, Fireball, Fly, Gaseous Form, Haste, Hypnotic Pattern, Lightning Bolt, Major Image, Protection from Energy, Sleet Storm, Slow, Stinking Cloud, Tongues, Water Breathing, and Water Walk. Right, so water spells, just straight off, they're not phasing me, they're not jumping at me. Blink would be quite useful for sure. Counterspell, I don't believe they would bother with that. Fly, maybe. Hypnotic Pattern could work. Possibility of doing Major Image as well. But I think by this point, by third level spells rather, Was what, about level 5? Level 5-ish, I think that is? Yeah, I think so. So you're thinking that they're going to go for definitely getting some more actual use out of things. I don't believe Fireball would be something they grab. Well, by they I mean Fadove. Gotta get these names in my head. Fadove. I don't think Fadove would go Fireball. Fadove probably. I'm thinking Blink. Yeah, definitely thinking Blink. Maybe Hypnotic Pattern. But Lightning Bolt would be super useful. But no. Lightning Bolt is quite obvious. This one is a little bit tricky because growing up in the gutters, like being an urchin, you'd try to be quite subtle with things. That's why I've like picked up some quite basic stuff. Like nothing really showy. So Blink is definitely... Blink is in there. Let's just go ahead and make Blink in there right now. Blink is there. Blink is chosen. Major Image is the next one that's actually jumping out of me. But there's also Hypnotic Pattern. I can't remember Hypnotic Pattern. I might as well. I wasn't going to, but Hypnotic. Did I not even type that right? Oh no. Hypnotic, there we go. Hypnotic Pattern, it's an illusion spell. You create a twisting pattern of colours that weaves through the air inside a 30-foot cube within range, which is 120-foot range. The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated. Incapacitated and has a speed of 0. Yep, that's the one. That is the one. Hypnotic Pattern. There we go. Right, up to 4th. 2 from 4th. Let's previous. Is that a sorcerer? There's a sorcerer spells. Cool. Right, undo that. So 4th level spells. We've got another 2 to choose. We've got Banishment, Blight, Confusion, Dimension Door, Dominate Beast, Greater Invisibility, Ice Storm, Polymorph, Stone Skin, and Wall of Fire. So, Dimension Door, though useful, I think Fadove would stick with Blink instead. Like, Dimension Door has the range, but Blink is almost... Well, Blink just suits Fadove more. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. So I wouldn't go Dimension Door. Confusion is a possibility, but we did just grab Hypnotic Pattern, so we would ignore that. Banishment by this point would probably be something that she would have grabbed, given the circumstances. Dominate Beast is a possibility. Polymorph, Stone Skin. Because she has no defense currently, so Stone Skin. Yeah, I think by this point in her career, she would have gone... She would have picked something more useful to the current circumstances. So we will grab Banishment and Stone Skin. And now Stone Skin. Typing. Now that is one word. Oh. Stone Skin. Right. Now that just leaves the 5th level spells. 2 to go. Just thinking. Click, 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 click. I will like to center those, and I will also like to italic them. Actually, can I... First... That's not even... second. I don't know why I typed it before. 4th. 5th. Right. So, 2 5th level spells. What do we have to choose from out of these? Not many. There is Animate Object, Cloud Kill, Cone of Cold, Creation, Dominate Person, Hold Monster, Insect Plague, Seeming. Seeming. Ooh, I don't recall that one. Telekinesis, Teleportation, Circle, and Wall of Stone. So, Wall of Stone. I'm going to pick Wall of Stone because that is a good defensive spell, and also technically a good offensive spell. Yeah, because she would have definitely, like, as per the last choices, these would be affected by what's currently going on. So, Wall of Stone for sure. I need to look up Seeming though. Seeming is a 5th level illusion spell. And is that... no, it's slightly broken apart. This spell allows you to change the appearance of any number of creatures that you can see within range. You give each target you choose a new illusionary appearance. An unwilling target can make a charisma saving throw, and if it succeeds, it is unaffected by the spell. The spell disguises physical appearance as well as the clothes, armor, weapons, and equipment. You can make each creature seem 1 foot shorter or taller and appear thin, fat, or in between. You can't change a target's body type, so you must choose a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs, otherwise the extent of the illusion is up to you. That would be very useful because a good portion of demons and devils are still very humanoid looking. That would be very, very useful. The spell allows you to change the appearance of any number of creatures you can see within range. Yep, Seeming. We will grab Seeming. Previous. Seeming and Wall of Stone. Let's whack these ones in here. And there's no Wine Stone. Right, and that right there is Fate of. She may be passive-aggressive, but she's going to be useful. And that right there, that progression that I've actually thought about, will now reflect onto her. Because I was trying to think before, like, she's searching for the knowledge of true immortality. That is in her one-sentence description. I was trying to decide whether that was going to be her doing anything for that knowledge, or doing anything within reason for that knowledge. And this progression that I've chosen with the spells, though happened over like 10-15 minutes, whatever it was, has basically defined who she is. Like, choosing Wall of Stone and Seeming, that's party defensive. Banishment is... Banishment and Stone Skin were more immediately protecting her. Like, oh no, I'm stuck with myself, Stone Skin, Banishment, that might work. Or vice versa, Banishment didn't work, Stone Skin. But then going up, Seeming's like, oh, the party now look like demons or devils or what other creature that can get past this area. That doesn't work. Wall of Stone, we're now protected. Or the enemy is cornered off. That was her thinking. So she's actually progressed into that search for knowledge of true immortality isn't defined by under any means. Like, she still wants to protect her party. Even though the inconsiderate other half-elf fighter that we have in the party might dissuade her, the considerably friendly half-orc paladin from the haberdashery, on the other hand, has clearly made friends with her. So that is progression. Like, this is the kind of thing, like, when you're making up a character And we found this out quite easily yesterday when we were actually rolling for the second party. You don't have to come up with a story. All you need to know is the setting, and you can just start ahead and go from there. Like, for the instance of the second party, which we haven't quite started yet, we've got the stats there. But they developed from their stats. We decided what was going on. Like, for example, the fighter that we have here, the party member number 9, the fighter, were some terrible rolls. Strength was the highest score we had, so a strength-based character is technically a fighter, but there's not much else we can really do. So we decide as a cavalier. So that developed to being like, I'm not so good on the battlefield by myself. Put me on a mount, on the other hand, I'm right up in there. And that's the kind of thing, like, you let the character develop naturally. Or that is one way to do it. Like, I do that to an extent with my own personal characters when I want to play something. But I usually, like, I'll get the setting and I'll decide, like, for example, let me bring up here, Circus. Circus is in a setting where a bugbear army had pretty much taken over the Soul Coast, and it had been happening for like over 100 years, kind of deal. Like, I think it's like 120 years if memory serves. Circus grew up partly in servitude of these bugbears, and wanted to do something about it. He wanted to be almost an informant, but he needed to be able to get on the inside. So I was thinking he could just be a rogue. But another thing about the setting was, this is actually, well, something that I let influence my building of this particular character, being part of the setting is healing. Well, resting is a lot more, well, adventuring is more strenuous, making rest times considerably longer. Like, a long rest is actually, I think, 3 days, and a short rest is something like pretty much what a long rest would have normally been. So healing was key. So I actually let that influence this character. Like, I was going to go rogue, but I thought, wait a minute, having the ability to do spells without going for the obvious cleric or paladin is a bard. Bard has the option of healing spells. So that's the way I went. And from there I was able to develop that Circus had been servitude, had been essentially a cleaner and entertainer for the bugbears in camp, and gaining this information because everyone just thought he was some submissive dancer cleaner kind of deal. And then he was able to escape and develop his magic and so on and so forth. And he was able to also then still infiltrate and so on with his skill set. And that is just another way to do your development. Like, you can choose key points of the setting and just roll with that. And you don't have to go to the generic. Like, I didn't want to go ahead and it's like, oh, healing is a thing, I'm just going to go a cleric and going to max out my healing skills. Like, no, you don't have to do that. Like, you can be more subtle and you can be more versatile. You don't have to get stuck behind the generic tropes of what the role is going to be. Like, this is quite a versatile character. They've got healing and they've got infiltration. I even, like, for example, the actual whole thing was behind this character getting that information off to other people. So I've got disguise self for infiltration. I've got illusory script for transferring said information. I've got skywrite for extreme necessary, got to get that information obvious out right now for very time critical kind of stuff, or there's animal messenger if it doesn't matter so much, and as well as sending. And there was just all these different ways that I decided to build this character in a healing infiltration kind of deal, and that worked really well. And I do hope to get back to the character at some point. But that aside, getting back to these actual characters, like I say, you just let the character to develop as you're doing things. Like, if you can't think of any specific details, what can be useful in this particular case of a magic user, if you're going to be making a character that is a higher level, to be starting at a higher level when you first start playing, and you can't think of a background for it, just get something basic, like these one-liners here, like, how does your character act? Like, for this example, Fader is passive-aggressive. Okay, they grew up on the street. Fair enough. They have the innate magic of sorcery power. What suits growing up on the street? Shadow magic. And then you can go through and say, okay, so at a lower level, she still might be on the street. Just sort of throw in like the minor illusion, light, firebolt, for starting fires. Friends, just to try and persuade people early on to give her money. Prestidigitation, make herself just look clean, and so on and so forth. First level spells, you may still be on the street or something, so disguise self to sneak into like a nicer bar or something. Shield in case she gets caught, so she can protect herself because she has no armor class. Witch Bolt for quite an effective early offensive spell. And then this is slowly developed into being on the street to actively fighting for a cause, and that has progressed quite obviously, where she's still going for the subtle spells of like Phantasmal Force and Suggestion, increasing up to Blink and Hypnotic Pattern, but then she's definitely out there for, in this case, there's demons and devils roaming around. Banishment is an obvious spell to grab. Stone Skin, because the threat is real, she needs proper defense. And now, with her 5th level spells, when she's level 9 and 10, she's in a party. She needs to be able to protect these people that she's been set off with. So, Seeming for infiltration, Wall of Stone for extra possible defenses for the party. And that's where you gotta just let it develop. Like that. Well, this is one way to do it, of course. Other ways, like for my character Talniel, for example, he was the Drow Warlock, heavily inspired from me reading The Legend of Dritz. I had Drow on the brain for months until I wrote. Basically, I had this whole idea, like little things kept on popping into my head as I was reading through the book. It's like, oh, that'd be an interesting thing to work into a character. Oh, that'll be an interesting thing to work into this character. That's a thing that I'm going to put into this character. And that just ended up developing into I think it was like a 13-page story when I ended up writing it, because I just let my mind wander, and I had this story that towards the end, it was around the same time that the playtests for the Hexblade were wrapping up, and eventually that actually got released just not long before I actually ended up playing the character, which was good timing. And that ended up actually influencing part of the actual character story that I had written, because he was always going to be a warlock, because that warlocks suit quite well a drow character, especially growing up in the Underdark. Because drows have the innate magical casting, so on and so forth. And Hexblade, for example, just happened to catch my attention. It's like, that's a good thing that will definitely suit a drow. That's kind of what I'm going to make my character. and that's just the way it went. But yeah, that's just, you just got to let it unfold on its own. Like, you don't have to force it. You don't just write a story because you want to write a story. Make it actually, like, don't just make a character, create the character. You got to think about not just what you want to do, but what the character would do. You got to shift your mindset as to, well, you don't have to. Like, it depends on your playstyle, but my point of view is, if you're making a character, you don't have to always think about what I want to do. Like, you can think, oh, under, oh, damn it, under, there. Yeah, don't always get stuck on, I want to do a character, play a character that is a tank and just absorbs the damage. Say, okay, then that's fine, it can do that. That is the mechanical side of things. But why do they want to do that? Like, if you're actually creating a character, don't just think, I want to be in the front lines and protect my party, squishy wizard. Think, like, why would your character want to do that? Because, for example, like, the same thing, not Fate of, Grimmergark is a paladin of redemption. Like, he's going around, like, he, for somewhere along the lines, realized that Groomish isn't a good influence, and given the circumstances, it's not going to be a all for them. Was it one? Everyone for themselves kind of deal. Like, you can't. You have to think long term. Like, you can't just go out in the wilderness by yourself right now and expect to survive. You've got to think of the greater good. There is a calamity that's affecting the entire world. You're going to have to team up. And if you stuck behind Grimish and it's like, all orcs will just protect all orcs and just live in an orc nation, it's like, what if somewhere along the lines of demons go, orcs are an issue, let's just focus them down. Let's just wipe them out as quickly as possible. Then if all you've got is orc allies, what happens when those allies are gone? And for this particular character, I haven't developed any specifics behind it. It's just Groomish is a bad influence. He's not thinking about the greater good. I want to redeem myself. I want to move away from the generic orc lifestyle and think about the greater good. I want to better myself by doing this. Oath of Redemption, Paladin. Like, well, you can straight up go Paladin. I like it. It could just be that Grimgark has had some divine intervention, maybe, or had just had a close call and thought that he's had a divine intervention. And it's like, okay, then I want to better myself, become a Paladin, and that will just naturally develop into the Oath of Redemption. And in this particular write-up, where he is also from a haberdashery, that's just something interesting that would have happened in the meantime. It's just an extra little bit of flavor that that website, what the fuck is my character, had brought into it. Like, all that stuff is literally random, and if that's what you want to do, like, that's exactly what I've done. That's a great starting point. It's like, you can't think of a character background, push a button, there's a sentence that seems interesting, build on it, and just let it progress normally. But enough of me rambling. Let's move on to the next character. So we now have an ambitious human rogue from a city no one else has ever heard of, who can't stand children. So let's quickly grab that. That lines up there. Actually, no, I've got to move down there first. and that paste in there. So, name we don't have yet, that's fine. Let's shrink that down to be suitable for there. So this is going to be, so this is an ambitious human rogue that, see the can't stand children part always goes for a male thing for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose male. He's a male human, and he's a rogue of some kind. And background, hustler of some kind. We'll get to that, that's fine. So, first thing we want to do, we want to get a name. Human names. Human names. So, human names. Let's just go click a bunch of times. I've got a whole bunch here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And it's a bit of an odd number. Go for a d20. If it rolls above 16, we'll just roll. 14. So 16, 15, 14. Ian. His name's Ian. Ian Kane. Ian Kane. Right. Name's Ian. Easy. Human male. He's a rogue. Right. So let's choose what kind of rogue he's going to be. So thief. I don't really think thief. Maybe a swashbuckler. Don't want to go assassin or arcane trickster. Mastermind might be useful, but I think swashbuckler might actually work well, because he could have come from, like, off a boat. He could be from a different part of the world. He might not specifically be from the Salt Coast. That would be why no one's actually heard of the city. It could just be a small city on an island somewhere. So swashbuckler would work quite well. Let's go swashbuckler. Let's bring up the Sword Coast guide. That's not the way I want to scroll. I would like Rogue 135. We'll get to that. 5. Swashbuckler. Right, so that's there. I'll get back to you though. Right, so he's going to be swashbuckler. Let's fill that info in. Let's scroll. Rogue swashbuckler. Now, swashbuckler, that was specifically... No, it's also in Anathar. I would like to compare real quick. 47. Sunset's Guide to Everything on page 47. Also, the swashbuckler. Right, so... Mastermind Scout. Swashbuckler. So, you get... fancy footwork, Rakish, Audacity, and Pnark, whatever that is. Pop over to here, fancy footwork, Rakish, Audacity, and Pnark. Right, so let's just read this from Xanathar because it's a little bit easier to read. It's a lighter page color. And it might have a slight change in wording just to make it easier again. Right, so, off the bat, we need to get our human stats. Human. Let's close that. Bring it up to page 3. Humans are on page 29. Also need to get that back to a normal zoom for a moment. Thank y'all. Actually, no. I can't do that. I actually need the rogue stats first, because I need to know where to put things. Like, Dex is the obvious, but I do want to check. Rogue, 94. Dex and Charisma, I'm probably thinking. 94. So the quick build rogue suggests that Dex should be the highest ability score. Make sure Intelligence is next highest if you want to be an excellent investigation, or at an investigation, or plan to take up the Arcane Trickster archetype. Choose Charisma if you plan to emphasize on deception or social interactions. So yeah, I'm probably going to go Dexterity, Charisma. that would make sense. Was it page 24 was human? Maybe? No, that's elf. E, F, G, H. A little bit further. Halfling. Here we go here. Right. So, base skills. We want 15. 15. 14. 13. 12. 12. 10 and 8. That should build just fine. And now the human has a variety in all things. Yada yada yada. Right, so human traits. And your ability scores each increase by 1. That is a good thing about humans. So that's going to be 11. That's going to be 16. That's going to be 13. That's 9. Is it 9? Yes, 9. 14 and 15. So straight off the bat, he's a little bit better. Let's see, age, alignment, size, speed is 30, languages, common and 1 extra. So common. And then dwarvish. Let's give him dwarvish. Because the whole, if it's a swashbuckler, is more likely to do trade, and dwarves are the whole trade thing. So I'll probably give him a rapier as a weapon, just because that's where I'm going. And does he have spells? I don't know. Don't think so. No, I think only arcane trickster actually gets spells. Right. Now, sailor background. Let's go grab the background. Background 125. Let us see. Acolyte, sailor. Guild, hermit, noble, outlander, sailor. So, a sailor gets the bonuses to athletics and perception. H69 I need to add, plus H69. Acrobatics, no. Athletics, I keep doing it for some reason on the first one, and perception. Right, that's off the bat, easy enough. Tool proficiencies, navigator, vehicles, water, equipment, yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Right, now the background is going to be useful for the other party because we don't actually have their backstory at the moment. So we can use the personality, ideals, bonds and flaws options from the backgrounds to build those. But again, we're not up to that yet. Right, so let's see. Let's get to the rogue stats. What page are they again? 94. 94. Oh, actually, health. Actually, well, that's all in the class stuff. So, health is a D8. Boop, boop, boop. 8. Oh, D8. There we go. So let's go ahead and do these rolls. How many D8s do I have in this bag? Let's actually just leave these out, shall we? Let's leave them out over here. D4s are always dangerous though. So dangerous. I've only got 2 D8s, that's fine. I'll just roll extra times. Right, so let's pop up here. So starting health is always the maximum, which is going to be 8 plus Constitution modifier. Then first 2 rolls, 8 and 2. That's good. 8 and 2, useful. Next 2 rolls, 5 and 2. 5 and 2. Next 2 rolls, 7 and 2. 2s do like to keep coming up. 7 and 2. next 2. That is 6 and 6. 6. What's the average on this guy? 5. Last one is another 6. So how is that looking? 2, 4, 5. Yeah, he's below average. That's all right. That's all right. Now let's see. He can wear light armor, have simple weapons, and hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, short swords. So it's got a rapier. That's all good. You can't do shields. That's fine, but I can give him some light armor. It's going to be both based on his dex anyway. So we'll get to that momentarily. Saving throws is dex and intelligence. So let's go ahead and whack those in there. Saves, dex, and oh no, intelligence. There we go. Easy. Right, modifiers. I can actually add these in now. Let's see, 11 is 0, 16 is 3, 13 is 1, 9 is -1, 14 is 2, and 15 is also 2. Alright, so his stats aren't the best, but that's fine. He's still got a good dex. Now, I don't believe he does have spells, but let's check the swashbuckler. Let's check the swashbuckler. He does not get spells. He does not. No spell work for him. Only if we go Arcane Trickster. So let's just go ahead and delete that. That's all good. Spells, he doesn't need that list there. Let's go ahead and get this down to the last character. All good. So, Ian. Let's see. Speed, yeah, 30 feet. That's all good. Yada 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 yada. Let's go ahead and quickly grab him some armor. So page 96 is one I was last on. Let's go. Was it 120? I think it's 120-ish. So close. So close. Or is that? That's backgrounds. 120 is backgrounds. Is that? 143. So, light armor. Studded. Get him studded. That's the maximum I can get, which is 12 plus dex. So, studded leather. Which is 12 plus dex. That's already there. So, 15 is his armor class. Let's go back to page 96. So, as a guy. Oh, no. I forgot. 2 ability score improvements. Whack it all in dex. Let's just max it out to 20. Make that a 5. Why not? Why not? And that increases his armor class as well. Okie dokie. So, he gains features as follows. I've mixed this up a little bit, haven't I? Because that was over there, and then this is over here. Do I want to move that over there? I think I will. There? Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Keeps it all a little bit closer to the middle of the page as well. Because even though I've got this nice big screen in front of me, it's going to condense down onto a laptop screen, so I actually lose a few columns. The rows should be fine, but the columns I'm going to be narrowing. Actually, no. No. These guys are actually going to be all done pretty much at home, so that's fine. That's fine. Although, I haven't actually quite decided how I'm going to run them. Because they have their own quests that they're going to do, and they're going to be doing their own quest runs. So maybe I want to actually do that there with the players. get it all... Because I'm going to have them roll for him anyway, so I might actually have them there. That's fine. Distractions for later thoughts. Right, okie dokie. Right, features. So, he's got expertise, which you gain... first level, choose 2 of your skill proficiencies. Oh, actually, skill proficiencies? Did I add those? Skills. I never added the skills. Oh, good. Actually, well, I did add a couple there. I didn't add the rest. So I've also got to add acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. 2 of those. So he is a swashbuckler. See, I'm going to have him like as a trader, so persuasion. He's already got persuasion. Deception. Let's add in deception. Is it just 2? I know he gets 4. He gets 4. Nice. So deception. Survival. Does he really need survival? Yeah, we'll add survival. He's going to be on the ship. That's 2. Stealth and sleight of hand. Persuasion. Oh, we didn't have persuasion. Let's add persuasion in. That's 3. I was looking at perception before. Derp. Let's see. Intimidate? Maybe intimidate. Or investigation. Let's see. Acrobatics? Yeah, acrobatics is going to be up in the shift. That's... Is that the 4? Acrobatics. Deception. Perception. Persuasion. That's 3. And we give him 1 more in. I lost count. What do we want to give him? Stealth and survival, it's not really his thing. Like, it's good at reasonable at sleight of hand, but I don't want to really increase that. Perception, nature, investigation, intimidation, maybe. No, let's give him insight. There we go. Yeah, insight's going to be something good for a trader. Right. All good. So that's his skills. So now, for the expertise, choose 2 of your skill proficiencies or 1 of your skill proficiencies that... or 1 of your skill proficiencies and your proficiency with thieves' tools. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check, yada yada. At this level, you choose 2 more. So I need to choose 4 skills that I'm currently proficient in to double. Oh, good. So that's going to be, when I'm on the right page, persuasion. Add that in there. Persuasion, deception, insight, and let's see, 1 more. Let's see, acrobatics, no. Athletics, history, no. I don't have insight, no. Survival, maybe. Yeah, because he's on a ship loft. We'll just whack that into survival. That's all good. So he's actually got some 10 skills there. That's nice. Rogues are pretty good skill-wise. Same with bards. Because bards also get the jack of all trades, so they actually get a half modifier on pretty much everything. Okay, so he has, as features, sneak attack. He has Thieves' Cant. Actually, no, that Thieves' Cant. Cunning action. What was the cunning action? Starting at 2nd level, your quick thinking and agility, allowing you to move and act quickly. You can take a bonus action on each of your turns in combat. This action can be used to take... yeah, cunning action, so it's just... It's more for movement. Bonus movement. Dash, disengage, and hide, so bonus movement. Thieves' Cant, hidden language. Hidden language is probably a little bit vague, but it's fine. And sneak attack is more damage. That's fine. Like, I don't need anything specific behind that. I know what that is. Ability score improvements, I've already done those. Roguish archetype, yes. So the swashbuckler, we'll do that last. We have been doing those last. Uncanny dodge. So not only does he have a decent armor class, he can also dodge a fair bit. Because the uncanny dodge is when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to halve the attack's damage, so half damage. Half damage. Actually, reaction. Half damage. Space in there, please. Space in there. Evasion. And not me. Oh, please. Please. There we go. Invasion. Invasion. Which is half save damage. Is that as a reaction? Being at 7th level, you can nimbly dodge out of the way of certain area effects such as Red Dragon's Fiery Breath or an Ice Storm spell. When you are subject to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity save, you only take half as much damage. Saving throw to take only half damage. You instead take no damage if the succeed is half / no dex save damage. No, not SMG, DMG. Right, so he takes half or no dex save damage on a save. Again, that's one that I know, so I don't need to make too much note-wise. Have I played every character class? I think I have. I think I have actually played... Oh, or have I? Let's just scroll over here. Let's see. I haven't... No, actually not. Oh, no, I have played a Barbarian on the 5th edition, though. I've played a Bard. I'm pretty sure I've played a Cleric... Or it's Cleric or Paladin that I played. It might have been Paladin. Don't believe I played a Druid. Fighter, Monk, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard. Yeah, I think Druid's the only one I haven't actually played. Maybe I'll play a Druid my next character. Maybe I will. I don't know. Anywho, distractions. And then after evasion, we're going up to 11th level, so we can skip that. And then go to the Roguish archetype. So, we need to take Rogue. Why is my keyboard all the way up there? Get over here. Rogue you-ish. Actually, how about I should just... Oh. Type in swashbuckler. Which we get fancy footwork. We get Fancy footwork. Fancy. We get Brackish Audacity. And we get Panarch. Now, I'm not actually 100% sure what Panarch means, but that's fine. Let's wait over that side and from over here. Fancy footwork. When you choose this archetype at 3rd level, you learn how to land a strike and then slip away through reprisal. During your turn, if you make a melee attack against a creature, that creature can't make opportunity attacks against you for the rest of your turn. Okay, no op attack from target from That's fine. Rakish Audacity. Starting at 3rd level, your confidence propels you into battle. You can give yourself a bonus to your initiative rolls equal to your charisma modifier. That's nice. So that's a initiative of 7. You also gain an additional way to use sneak attacks. You don't need advantage on the attack roll to use your sneak attack against a creature if you were within 5 feet of it. No other creature within 5 feet of you, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. All the other rules of sneak attack still apply. That's actually pretty good. So if you're going one-on-one and you don't have disadvantage, you can add your sneak attack. So add sneak damage when, I'll say, one-on-one. And then Panarch. What exactly is Panarch? What is Panarch? What is Panarch? Let's quickly pop over into the dictionary. Oh, just into Google. Panarch. Is that with an E? There is an E. Let's also type in meaning. Flamboyant, confident of style or manner. No, flamboyant confidence of style or manner. Okay. So you're confident. As long as you don't become overconfident. Okay, so the reading for Panarch. So at 9th level, your charm becomes extraordinarily beguiling. As an action, you can make a charisma persuasion check contested by a creature's wisdom insight check. The creature must be able to hear you, and the two of you must share a language. If you succeed on the check and the creature is hostile to you, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than you, and can't make opportunity attacks against targets other than you. This effect lasts for 1 minute until one of your companions attacks the target or affects it with a spell, or until you and the target are more than 60 feet apart. If it succeeds on the check, if you succeed on the check and the creature isn't hostile to you, it is charmed by you for 1 minute. While charmed, it regards you as a friendly acquaintance. This effect ends immediately if you or your companions do anything harmful to it. That is very versatile in uses. So honestly, as an action. How do I want to write this? Because as an action, you can make a persuasion check contested by. I'm just going to say it's advantage. Oh no, over here. Advantage on persuasion checks. That's all I need to know. Because really, if that's how I want to play it, I'm going to be the DM for this, so that's how I'm going to play it. Oh good. Cool. Right. Easy. Done. One more character to go. So again, I've got to grab... Let's see... Grab that. That goes above here. After I move this... down there, face that. So, we are, let's shrink that, need to now make a confident gnome barbarian from the worst brothel in town who believes in an eye for an eye. Rightio. So his name won't be Ian. He is, he's going to be another male. He's a male gnome. I just feel like a male is going to be more suitable for this particular role. It could very easily be a female, do not get me wrong, but I feel like male would suit more. Barbarian something. Have I got an extra space in there? I believe I have. There we go. Right, so Gnomish names. Don't have... all good. Gnomish names. Let's grab some gnome names. Gnome names. He is a male gnome, so we'll just whack this button a whole bunch of times. Whack, 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 whack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's roll that D10, shall we? Where is my D10? There's one. That is an 8, so 10, 9, 8. His name is Sever. Sever. He'll be very particular about that. Very particular. That is one of his quirks. It's like, anyone see Saver? You mean Sever? Oh, this is the gnome. You mean Sever? Yeah, that might be a little bit far. Right, so now we need to choose what kind of barbarian he's going to be. Let's pop over here. So, barbarians have primal paths. We can go Berserker, Totem Warrior, Battle Rager, Ancestral Guardian, Storm Herald, or a Zealot. So, firstly, what suits a gnome? Now, what was his write-up again, actually? So he believes in an eye for an eye. So, Berserker works. Berserker definitely works. Battle Rager could work. Now, Zealot. I don't know if Zealot works. Let me just have a quick squiz at what exactly Zealot entails. What's the write-up for Zealot? Where are you? Path of the Zealot. Some deities inspire their followers to pitch themselves into a ferocious battle fury. These barbarians are zealots, warriors who channel their rage into powerful displays of divine power. Would be nice, but the whole brothel thing, I find going divine might be a little bit too far. I could go Storm Herald just for something different. Where's that? All barbarians harbor a fury within. Their rage grants them superior strength, durability, and speed. Barbarians who follow the path of the Storm Herald learn to transform their rage into a mantle of primal magic. That could be something. I lost my spot. Primal magic, which swirls around them. When in a fury, a barbarian of this path taps into the forces of nature. Nature magic, yes. To create powerful magical effects. Storm Heralds are typically elite champions who train alongside druids, rangers, and others sworn to protect nature. This works well for a gnome. Other Storm Heralds hone their craft in lodges in regions racked by storms, in the frozen reaches of the world's end, or deep in the hottest deserts. We're going Storm Herald. We are going Storm Herald. This is going to be a very... This isn't going to be a gnome you want to mess with. Just imagine Gnome Thor. That's a sight. Gnome Thor. So this is a path of the Storm Herald. Right. Right, so Barbarian Thor, how are we going to go this? Now, first things first, I need to, before I do stats, I need to determine if there is a magic ability component to this, or if it's just something that this class provides, this class feature provides. If it is a magic component, that's going to heavily it's going to need to be displayed in the stats. That's what I'm trying to say here. So, the Storm Aura, starting at 3rd level, you emanate a stormy magical aura while you rage. The aura extends 10 feet from you in every direction, but not through total cover. Your aura has an effect that activates when you enter your rage, and you can activate the effect again on each of your turns as a bonus action. Choose desert, sea, or tundra. Your aura's effects depends on the chosen environment, as detailed below. While you change your environment, you can change your environment choice whenever you gain a level in this class. If your aura's effects require a saving throw, the DC is 8 plus proficiency modifier plus constitution modifier. So I'm gonna... He doesn't actually have anything to do with magic, which is good. And I can just change the spell DC to the general, just to the DC. Call it the aura DC. Is there anything else? No. Okay, so let's wipe out that. Change this to say aura DC. So it is 8 plus proficiency plus constitution, which in this case is 92. There we go. So currently 12, just because I haven't got the mod there. That's fine. Right. So that's fine. That's fine. Now, before we continue on, I'm going to have a quick little break. I need to pee. So I'm going to get the gnome page up ready for when I get back, which is page 35. 35. There we go. Oh, wait. I just realized there are subclasses in gnomes as well, isn't there? Had I? No, because these are the different characters. These are different characters. Gnome traits, gnome cunning, and there's the subrace. So there's forest gnome, rock gnome. Okay, there's only forest and rock gnome there. Right. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up when I get back. So for right now, quick little pee break. Let's just make sure things are going fine over here, and I'll be back in just a little moment. Rightio, back again. Back again. Screen on. There we go. Right, so I need to not only get those stats in, actually, no, I need to do rogue stats first. Not rogue, no. I need to do barbarian stats first. Where's my music going? Just very quiet, that's okay. I need to get the barbarian stats. And actually it's going to be strength. Strength is going to be the main one. But what does it go after that? 46. Strength and constitution, probably. Strength and constitution. Quick build. First, put your highest ability score in strength, followed by constitution. Second, choose the outlander background. Yeah, that's pretty standard. Alright, so let's get these stats in here. Strength. It's the 15. Wait, why is that? It's better. So we got 15. Constitution is 14. Dexterity is going to be 13. That'll go 12 for wisdom, 10 for int, and 8 for charisma. Nice. Easy. Simple. Right, now I need to get to gnome again. But not only that, we need to choose the subclass. 35. So, basic gnomishness. Intelligence increases by 2. So that's going to be a 12 now. Didn't feel like increasing charisma. Because I could have easily swapped those two stats around. So charisma would have been up to a 10. But this character isn't going to be... He's not going to be the most charismatic. He's a barbarian after all. From a brothel. I like... So, brief tangent. I like pouring my chips into a container. Because when you pour them in, all the extra seasoning and flavouring from the bottom of the bag falls on top. So you get, from the start, some extra flavouring. Then over time, that flavouring will work its way down, evening it out. Life hack. Right, so, less distractions. Now, speed's only 25, of course you're short. Savar, 25. Actually, I'm going to adjust that. Instead of being Saver, I will make that a second A. Savar. Let's see, you do have dark vision. So let's tap that in there. Dark vision. Which is 60 feet. My phone is getting in the way. I'm going to pop that there. What else do we need? He's got gnome cunning. Let's, for the moment, pop this down here. Gnome cunning, which is what? Actually, I don't. I'll go away here. Gnome cunning is what? What exactly is this? Need to zoom in. Gnome cunning. You have advantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic. I don't need to type that in here. I'm just gonna straight up give it in here. 90 H90 plus H90. Copy. Delete, because that's the wrong thing. What is it? Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Languages. Common and Gnomish. Yep. Common. Gnomish. No E in Gnomish. Of course there isn't. And then sub-races. Right, so sub-races is where I need to double check what other sub-races are available. Because at the moment it's only forest and rock gnome. But there are other options now, such as deep gnome, which do start off in the elemental evil, page 5. So actually, let's choose something that actually suits the actual character, like something to suit the class. So forest gnome gets a bonus to dexterity, where rock gnomes gets a bonus to constitution. Deep gnomes get... Did I get anything? Yes. They get a bonus to intelligence and dexterity. When you create a gnome character, you may choose the deep gnome as an alternative to the subraces in the player's handbook. For your convenience, traits of the gnome and the deep gnome are combined here. Ah, right. So it's only bonus to dexterity. I was going to say that seemed like a lot. But that also gives the better dark vision. Got the cunning, that's already there. Got the stone camouflage, which increases stealth when hiding in rocks, which is actually pretty good. I don't think I could make him a tinkering gnome. Where am I in right now? What book is this? That's the Sword Art. The Sword Art, no, Sword Coast. Don't think you have anything gnomish related. No. 114, but I better double check. Do you have see forest and rock gnomes? Deep gnomes. No, that's all the same right there. Mordenkainen, if you would not scroll so fast. What do you give gnomes? Halflings and gnomes, deep gnome characters 113. Halflings, no. Let's go 106 to start with. I just want to scroll through this. Here we go. Gnomes. Drinking deeply of life. Rock gnomes. Yada yada. Tinker gnomes. Forest gnomes. Because tinker gnomes are really just like a sidebar. And it's really just more of a write-up saying that they're suitable for like alchemists and artificer classes and so on and so forth. Deep gnomes. Gnome gods. Golden Hills. Gnome adventurers, which is going into just the deep gnome things, yeah. Optional deep gnome feat. Gave the spiritual nibbling magic, which is blindness, deafness, blur, and disguise self. See, I could go that. You can cast the following spells you regain. But what's the modifier? Oh, intelligence is your modifier. It's not really worth it now, is it? It's not really worth it. I could. But that's actually a feat to gain those, so it's not worth it. So I'm thinking Deep Gnome. Well... No, I'm not going Deep Gnome. Let's go back. Forest Gnome, Rock Gnome. I'm just going to go Rock Gnome. Because Rock Gnome is also the dexterity modifier, so that's not much of the difference. Natural Illusionist gives minor illusion. Speak with small beasts. So what is that? Through sound gestures of you can communicate simple ideas with small or smaller beasts. Forest gnomes. Oh, that's some forest gnomes. That's not. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm gonna look at rock gnomes. Rock gnomes get the Constitution bonus, which is be good. They get Artificer Lore. When you make an intelligence history check against related magic. Ooh. Magical items, alchemical objects, or technological devices, you can add twice your proficiency bonus. Yada yada. Tinker, your proficiency with artisan's tools. No, that doesn't really. Maybe we'll just go deep gnome. Maybe I will just go deep gnome. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna roll for it. I'm just gonna straight up roll. I can't decide. I'm stuck on this. D6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We rolled a 6. We're going deep gnome. Deep gnome it is. Gnome. Deep. Alright. So, deep gnome. Is this in here? Is this am I looking at the right thing? Nope. Follow. Here we go. Mordenkainen. Better quickly double check in the others. No. Monstrous. Go. Characters. That's class stuff. That's class stuff. Yeah, there's only times I'm going to approve giving anything. That's all good. Right, so deep gnome. Deep gnome. So we want to increase our dexterity by 1. That's going to make that 14. How about I do this good. Superior dark vision. 120. Stone camouflage is something we want to add over here. Here. Flage. Stone camo. And then also gets uncommon or undercommon as a language. Undercommon. And in this setting, a deep gnome isn't exactly out of place anyway. So that works. Nice. So, stone camouflage. What is that? It's advantage to stealth in rocky areas. So, advantage on stealth in rocky terrain. That's fine. Oh, good. Right, so that is the gnome side done. Let's get back to the barbarian stuff. Am I on the right page? No, I'm gnome still. What are barbarians on? Let's see. 46 are the barbarians. Right, so health. We are looking at D12s. Not D13s, but D12s. Let's see. Starting is a 12, and then I need to roll. Where are my 12s? That's. I've got 2 of those. Should have pulled up more dice. Oh, good. Oh, good. Right, let's see. We've got a 9 and a 12. That is a good start. 12 and a 9. Then we've got another 12 and then a 4. 12 and a 4. And what's the average? 7. Pretty good. Then we've got a 1 and a 2. Oh, that took a turn for the worse. 1 and 2. Then I've got a 2 and a 3. Oh dear. Things have gone bad. 2 and 3. 1's more. Oh, dropped it. And that is a 4. So that could have definitely ended up better. 61, but it's not terrible. It's pretty much in line with everyone. But you know what? In this particular instance, I am going to fudge things a smidge. Let's give him an average here, which we're looking at 7. Give him another 7 there. Oh no, plus, thank you. Brings up to 72. 7. nothing wrong with the DM fudging things. There we go, 81. That brings him up in line with the paladin. Paladin? No, that's the fighter. Yeah, and the paladin. Yeah. Cool. Right. Now, armor. Let's see. Light armor, medium armor, and shield. So he wants to be able to move reasonably freely. I don't need to adjust his stats anymore, so I better get his mods in here. Let's get his mods in here. 15. That's a 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, and -1. Oh no, ability score improvements. Lol. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So bring that up to 19. I'll bring that up to 18. Gives me 1.3. It's not going to be very useful for anything, is it? Oh, I didn't have his modifier in there, so that's why it was so low. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, if I bring that up to 16, gives me 3 points still. So 16, which will make that 3. And I bring that up to 16 as well. Also brings it up to 3. And this one... Yeah, let's bring that up to 15. Doesn't change the score, but we've got the point there. See, I could have easily made strength as a bonus as well, but... He's more like he's going to be... He needs to be able to take that damage. He needs to be able to take that damage. Right, so... I'll get back to armor. Or will I? No. Simple weapons, martial weapons. Let's add his bonuses, which is strength and constitution, which he's really going to have a bonus to everything but dex at this point. Copy. Constitution bonus. Strength bonus. Skills. Choose 2. Animal handling, athletics, intimidation, nature, perception, and survival. Survival's wisdom. Let's see, we can do athletics. Do we want to do intimidation? Not really. Probably want to do... Let's see, I probably would want to do nature and survival for this particular character. I feel like that would... Let's see, nature is in int and survival is whiz. Not exactly his best scores. Because there's nothing specific dex based that would make sense. So let's add in survival and nature. Oh, we don't do intimidation. Let's do intimidation. No, we won't do intimidation. It's not going to be proved enough. Well, it's better than nothing. Better than nothing. 3 is better than nothing. Oh, good. He's not going to be a very skills-based character. That's all good. Alright, let's scroll on down. Then we go to equipment. So, let's see. So he's got great axe or any martial weapon. Let's see. 146? That was pretty close. So, armor. So we can do light and medium. So his dex modifier is currently 2, which is good. So that means we can utilize the most out of medium armor. So we might as well go for half plate. Yeah, let's grab half plate. Half plate. That does give a disadvantage to stealth, but he's not exactly going to be a stealthy kind of guy. Or do we just want to go breastplate? Or scale mail? No, scale mail gives disadvantage as well. Because he's only got a 2. So might as well... Let's just go breastplate. That one doesn't actually give the disadvantage. Breastplate. One word? One word. Breastplate, there we go. So that is a 14 plus dex. Let's add that there. 14 plus dex. This is only a 16. But he's going to be raging a lot, so he's going to be halving most of this damage, which is something. And then we've got the paladin who can easily also deter any major damage. That's good. This is good. Or a DC, that's already there. And then, you know, we might as well just go for the highest damaging weapon we can get. Lance? No. Great Axe. Let's just go ahead and give him a Great Axe. Weapon, Great Axe. One word, two. One word. Great Axe. Because why not? He doesn't have spells. Oh, hello there. Yes, this is 5th edition. Just making up some 2 NPC parties. This is the last guy for the first party. He is our Dick Gnome Barbarian. So I was using the Here's My D&D Character website to get my initial little blurbs for these guys. So Gnome Barbarian is what I went with. Now where was I? I need to get his abilities. Why is that off center? Get him back in there. Much better. Right, now, no, I forget what page it's on. Barbarians 46. I almost had that. 46. Let's see. So, rage. That's sort of a given. An unarmored defense. Oh, so maybe I didn't want to give him armor. I forgot about that. While you're not wearing armor, your armor class is 10 plus dexterity plus constitution. So 10. That's only 15. You can use a shield and still gain this benefit. Ooh. So maybe I want to give him a shield and a smaller axe, like a one-handed axe. Maybe. If it was 3.5, is it just the monkey grip feat? To bump the size of the weapon category for a little. That would be good. I haven't touched 3.5 in ages, but damn, they had some good options back then. They had some brilliant options. But it's been so long. So long. Now, I'm going to keep his armor, actually. I'm going to keep his armor. So it's 1 point less at the moment. So, yeah, so I'll keep his armor as is. That's fine. Because if I lower that, that'll lower that. And then if I lower that, yeah. That's all good. I'll keep that as is. So reckless attack. Blah, blah, blah. Actually, I've got to add in here. Rage. Actually, I wanna do that. There we go. Rage. Get the dice sounds weird. The keyboard. Reckless attack is You can throw aside all concerned defense. When you first make an attack during check on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee. Cool. Since it's just an NPC, you could throw in 3-point flare. I very much could do. At the moment, I'm just doing the initial write-up. I want to go through and review them and add that little bit of extra flavor a bit later, because they're not like they are NPCs, but I'm going to have my players actually do some of the initial rolling, because the 2 parties that I'm building are going to do be off doing other quests whilst the main party is doing whatever quest that they want to do, and their roles are going to, of course, impact of what these parties are doing. So yeah, I could definitely throw in some 3.5 flavor. I have to pull out my 3.5 books, dust them off a little bit. They would have a lot of dust on them right now. I don't think I've actually touched them in years. Yeah, they're on the bottom of my shelf. Gathering dust. Gathering lots and lots of dust. Right, rage is in there. Reckless attack. Let's whack that in there. So that is... What was that? It's a... doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn, but attack rolls against you have advantages. Okay, so just a advantage on melee. All good. Primal Path, which we have him as the Path of the Storm Herald, so I have to go over and do that in a bit. Ability scores. Oh, did I do those? No. I thought he looked a bit light. Let's add his ability scores in. So we've got 4 points. Ooh. In that case, then we can easily bump him into the unarmored. Ooh, yes we could. We can whack that up to 20. That'll be 5, 6, 7. Is it 10 plus? That'll give him 1 extra point. Increase that by 1, 2. Ooh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to even this out a little bit? Let's see, I've got 16, 17, 18. Brings it up to a 4. Actually, let's go ahead. Let's take off his armor. So it's plus Dex plus Con plus F was F 92. There we go. So we're at 16 at the moment. Let's see. Bring that up 2 points. Or bring that at 1 point, which would be 16. I'll make that 3. Or I could just accidentally type in 20 and then bring that up to a 5. Oops! What have I done? I don't know. Nom. No. Oops. And I don't know what happened. It must have been correct. Who knows? Right. No armor, all good. And can keep his great axe. Actually, let's bring his... Bring that down to 10. Bring that down to 10. And then bring that up to 18. Just a little bit of fudging. Just a little bit of fudging. That's fine. Just a little bit of fudging. Right. Extra attack, of course, because why not? Extra attack. Fast movement. That is going to be useful. Let's just whack that in there. So that's going to bring him up to 35. Little gnome feet aren't the best for moving quickly. Feral instinct. Your instincts are so honed that you have advantage on initiative rolls. Additionally, if you are surprised at the beginning of combat, you aren't impacted, and aren't incapacitated. You can act normally on your first turn. But only if you enter the rage before doing anything else. I'll just say feral instinct, which is on initiative. There we go. Oh, good. Brutal critical. Oh, that sounds bad. That sounds very, very tasty for a player. Brutal critical. And what does that do? That is, you can roll 1 additional weapon damage die when determining the extra damage for a critical hit with melee. Cool. Extra damage die on crit. Oh, damage dig. Damage die on crit. Easy. And then goes up to relentless, but that's 11th, so we're not going that far. Let's go ahead and bring up the Storm Herald, which book was that in? Storm Herald was in the Xanathar, of course. Last book open. Barbarian Storm Herald is page 10. Okie dokie. So, what we get from the Storm Herald is the Storm Aura. Now, what kind of aura do we want to add to you? Storm Aura. So we've got Desert, Sea, or Tundra. Now, these are interchangeable going by the rules. So you can change it however you like per level. But I'm just going to, for the ease of things, keep it set as is. So, Desert. When this effect is activated, all other creatures in your aura take 2 fire damage each. This damage increases, yada yada yada. C. When this aura is activated, you can choose one other creature you can see in your aura. The target must make a dexterity saving throw. Your target takes a d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. See, I am thinking when I first made this character, I was definitely thinking Gnome Thor. So lightning is probably the way I'm going to go. So it does increase to 2d6 at 10th level, so that's good. Tundra is each creature of your choice in your aura gains 2 temporary hit points. Now, let's go C. C, which is 2d10 or 2d6? 2d6 lightning damage in aura. Now, on save. That's fine, I know it's the save because I've got the aura DC down there. All good. We also get the Storm Soul. Oh no, I used the scroll button again. What have I done? Hi Eli. What you doing? I'm just finishing writing up a character. How's about you being a little bit patient? Be a little bit patient. Yeah. Oh good. Right, where was I? That was Zelot. Okay, so we get Storm Soul and Shielding Storm. But after Storm Soul, that's all there. Shush! Shush. Storm Soul. Storm Soul. What does this do? At 6th level, the Storm grants you benefits even within your aura, even when your aura isn't active. The benefits are based on the environment you choose for your Storm aura. So we've got Desert, Sea, and Tundra again. Desert, you gain resistance to fire damage. Sea, you gain resistance to lightning damage. And you... Shush! Shh! Shh! Cats! And you can breathe underwater. You also gain a swimming speed of 30. What's the extras from? So, Desert was your resistance to fire, and you don't summon the effects of extreme heat as described in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Moreover, as an action, you can touch a flammable object that isn't being worn or carried by anyone and set it on fire. Useful. Tundra. You gain resistance to cold damage, and you don't suffer the effects of extreme cold as described in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Moreover, you, as an action, you can touch water and turn a 5-foot cube of it into ice. That is a lot of ice. It's a lot of ice. This action fails if a creature is in the cube. Hey, have you ever played in French? No, I have never played in French because I do not know French. I am English speaking only. Now I'm probably going to keep in line with my Gnome Thor and go for the C option again, which was the resistance to lightning. C, resist lightning. Lightning damage, not just straight up lightning. Well, I suppose it could be lightning, actual lightning. And you can also breathe in water. Breathe water and swim speed. And actually, I had this swim speed. Let's drag this down one. Type in here swim speed. Was it 30 feet? Yeah, 30 feet. Come on, hit the right buttons. Hit the right buttons. 30 feet. I'm dying. I'm going to DM you. Okay, sure. That sounds something. Let's see. Let's whack that over the other side. Did I add the colon in there? I did not add the colon in there. Bold, underline. No, not italic. Not italic. And I think that's everything. Where did I grab that stat block from? Right there, so I can delete that. That's fine. Actually, no, I actually want to take that over to the next page. So, cut that out. Next page. Whack it there for the moment. That's all good. Oakley Dokely. Let's see. Have we got everything? I believe we have. And I've still got 10 minutes to spare in the stream. I'm starting to build my first char effort. And I'll try Pathfinder, but now I'm fucking on my Dawn. Fucked on my Dawn. I don't know how you call them in English. Anyway, I'm looking for improved grapple and can't find it in French. Ah, righto. Improved grapple, that's a thing. So it would be under feats. Let's see. Oh, wait, if you're looking at Pathfinder, I'm not too sure, because I'm doing Dungeons and Dragons. So if you want anything like grapple in Dungeons and Dragons, it will be under feat. Which is page 165. Now, the Player's Handbook is, of course, the starter for feats. There are extra feats in a couple of the extra books. Yeah, there is a grappler feat in the Player's Handbook for D&D, which you've developed the skills necessary to hold your own in close quarters grappling. Oh, shush, Eli. Shush. I'm doing Grapple Monk. Yep. So there is the Grappler feat, which gives the benefits. You have advantage on attack rolls against the creature you are grappling. You can use your action to try and pin a creature grappled by you. To do so, make another grapple check. If you succeed, you and the creature are both restrained until the grapple ends. Now there is an errata on the last thing, and all the third benefit refers to the non-existent rule. Okay, there is a third point under the grapple feat, which is creatures that are one size larger than you don't automatically succeed on checks to escape your grapple, but that's actually been errated to ignore that benefit as it refers to a non-existent rule. So that's really, yeah, nothing you need to pay attention to. Now, as far as other feat go, I don't know. I'm trying to remember what other books have feat. Let's see. No, they're just backgrounds. So there's no feat in the Sword Coast. Does Mordenkainen have feat? Let's see. They've got the sub-races for tieflings, of elves, dwarves. No. Mordenkainen does not have feat. Volo, do you have feat? Let's see. Races, monster lore. No, Volo does not have feat. Oh, what? Did I just close one of my tabs? Oh, no, I'm closing tabs by accident. Bear with. Xanathar. I'm sure Xanathar was the one that had feat, but I think they're race-specific feat. Yeah, there are racial feats in Xanathar. Oh, shush, Eli. So there's probably nothing there that will specifically help you. Let's take a quick squiz, though. Let's see, racial feats. Dragon Fear, Dragon Hide, Dwarven Fortitude. Nothing that looks like it'll benefit for grappling. That's only if you wanted to change the race that you're going for. But no. Yeah, so there is the standard grappler feat in the Player's Handbook for Dungeons & Dragons. But if you are going Pathfinder, I can't help you there. I haven't actually played Pathfinder. Eli, what do you want? I know you want food, but it's fine. Almost done here. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that's the entire first party made up. We have Maynard, the male half-elf arcane archer fighter. He is the inconsiderate half-elf fighter from a bustling city who was apprenticed to a failed alchemist. We have Grumagark, the male half-orc, which is our Oath of Redemption paladin. He is a friendly half-orc paladin from a haberdashery who has serious body image problems. Well, it's only the first that I meant French people. And they're on... yep. All good. We have Fadov, our female half-elf shadow magic sorcerer. A passive-aggressive half-elf sorcerer from the gutter who is searching for the knowledge of true immortality. We have Ian, the human male, the swashbuckling rogue. an ambitious human rogue from a city no one else has ever heard of who can't stand children. And then, last but not least, we have Savar, the male Deep Gnome, our Path of the Storm Herald Barbarian. A confident gnome barbarian from the worst brothel in town who believes in an eye for an eye, who is very much turned into Gnome Thor with his lightning aura and lightning storm soul. This party has ended up quite well rounded, quite surprising just for some random little blurbs that I grabbed from the Who Is My D&D Character website. Next time, which might be Friday for my next D&D stream, we'll be doing Party 2. We have to build our different style. We have to actually get our write our own little background for our next lot of characters, which is we have got the Shadowcar Warlock, the Void Ganassi Wizard, the Smoke Ganassi Arcane Trickster Rogue, we've got the Hill Dwarf Rogue, and we've got the Human Cavalier. So this particular party might not be as well rounded. Like, we definitely don't have... Oh no, our Hill Dwarf is actually probably the most Constitution based. But yeah, that party building is going to be a little bit more difficult. I'm going to have to put a bit more effort into that lot, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and just copy this over onto that Party 2 sheet whilst I'm here. And I've gone and lost that. Could you go down there? There we go. And I'll get into that on Friday. Because tomorrow, as far as I know, is still going to be Terraria Thursday with Linus. We have... what is it? Ragnarok to do, and I think there's still the Ice Queen in Terraria. Yeah. Oh no, we've done Ice. Have we done Ice Queen? No, there was the special sea boss that we have to do. That's the one. But yeah, that should be tomorrow still, and then on Friday, as far as I know, I should still be free to continue on with party number 2. And then after that, I don't know what I'm doing next week. I'll decide that when I know. But again, yeah, that's it for today. So thank you very much for joining those who did. Always appreciated to have the company. Always appreciated. Yeah, I should be back tomorrow. And then more D&D on Friday. See you next time.